And finally, Nietzsche versus language. So this goes hand in hand with the literary aspect. Um, he's messing around with language. And so, in contrast to the standard notion of language, that language gives us a one to one correspondence to truth and reality and who we are, he's one of the first people to sort of explode language and say, language is basically infinitely playful. Language is metaphor, it's not grammar, right? So, um, you know, the idea of trying to nail things down with language, um, he finds, ridiculous, I guess. And so he tries to open things up with language. And that's why he's so playful with language. That's why he's so anarchistic with language, that he's trying to generate new things, not just old vocabularies or vocabulary lists and grammatical rules. So if you were interested in the way that how he wrote the text, right, you could take a linguistic and literary sort of look at it. Okay, so those are the basic categories that you might want to investigate. You might want to reread the text in terms of these categories. These are some of the things that you could look at. So I've broken down part one and part two into basic ideas here. So part one, pages 5 to 9, God is Dead, The Overman, 9 to 10, Last Man in Education, 26, The Pale Criminal. The Pale Criminal is another reference to the Last Man, sort of the Western man or the Western human, right? Us, basically. Okay, so he's looking, basically what he's criticizing here is people like you and me who are at a university teaching and learning, and he thinks that we're doing, some bad things to our body and mind. Reading, Writing, and Laughing, New Idols of the State, Friend versus Neighbor, Faith, Education, Student, Disciple. And then in part two, more of the same. So these pages, I think, are the ones that are most useful to write about with Nietzsche. And so you should go back and take a look at these and think of these in terms of the categories. Okay. And so let's take a look at, I'll just do some, in the next video, I'm going to do some just flybys of the Zarathustra text, and then I'll look at the greatest weight text and give you some ideas on how to use that.